What's driving markets? Welcome to Market Take. Each week, we'll bring you our insights on the latest market and economic trends that are impacting investments. I'm your host, Glenn Purves, Global Head of Macro at BlackRock Investment Institute. This week, we highlight the potential economic and market impacts of sweeping U.S. tariffs. The U.S. has sharply escalated its trade protectionism. What matters is how long elevated tariffs last, any retaliation, and the impact on growth, inflation, and companies, in our view. A new 10% tariff has been announced for most U.S. imports, alongside higher duties across dozens of countries, including China and the European Union. Canada and Mexico have been spared new levies for now. We think these tariffs add up to a U.S. average effective tariff rate of between 20 to 25%, levels not seen for at least a century. That's above the 10% landing zone we had been expecting, meaning a bigger drag on growth and more inflation over the next 2 years. If tariffs stay fixed at the rates announced, we think U.S. stagflation and a global recession cannot be ruled out. Potential retaliation on trade, legal challenges, selective rollbacks in coming weeks, and markets adjusting to news point to more volatility ahead. More pressure on U.S. risk assets is likely before we see trade policy uncertainty start to dissipate in the near term. Yet we see a path for U.S. equities to resume their global leadership over a 6 to 12-month tactical horizon. Here's our market take. Our base case is for sluggish U.S. growth and sticky inflation, not a recession. We will be watching the Q1 corporate earnings season to see how companies plan to adapt to tariffs. This environment favors taking an active approach with portfolios, in our view. We stay neutral emerging market equities and think the U.S. tariff impact will differ by region. We stay underweight long-term U.S. Treasuries given the challenging fiscal and inflation outlook. For details, read our weekly market commentary. Go to www.blackrock.com/weekly-commentary. Thank you for tuning in. If you've enjoyed this episode, subscribe to Market Take wherever you get your podcasts.
This material is intended for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, a recommendation, or an offer or solicitation to purchase or sell any securities, funds, or strategies to any person in any jurisdiction in which an offer, solicitation, purchase, or sale would be unlawful under the securities laws of such jurisdiction. The opinions expressed are as of the date of publication and are subject to change without notice. Reliance upon information in this material is at the sole discretion of the listener. Investing involves risks. BlackRock does and may seek to do business with companies covered in this podcast. As a result, listeners should be aware that the firm may have a conflict of interest that could affect the objectivity of this podcast. For more information, visit blackrock.com